Hi guys, Tom Morrison here, and this is the behind the back grab or the Apley Scratch Test. It is a great test to have for testing your overall shoulder flexibility. So what you're looking for here is, can you touch the fingertips on each side, and when you swap that around, can you do that on the other side? Now, within normal ranges, about a hand space in between, totally fine, don't freak out about it. But if you were to notice on one side that your hand was halfway down your back, you were getting a pincing sensation in the front of the shoulder, and you were really unable to get your hands anywhere close, this is something you want to improve on, and this is what we're going to show you how to fix in this video. So to go full Jenny, what you want to see both sides is that you're actually able to link your finger tippy-tippies like this, and be able to do that on the other side as well. If one side's more limited than the other, that's a bit of an imbalance there, so we'll show you what to look out for. There's two different things that can happen here. So if we get Jenny into one position, if we rob Jenny's top arm here of external shoulder rotation, you'll see the top hand gets taken away. On this side, if we take away her internal shoulder rotation, then you see that the bottom hand gets taken away. But similarly, what we're going to see if we take away Jenny's thoracic extension, hands come away as well. Now, when you're working with shoulders, you want to think about going from the inside out. So what we're going to work on first is improving the thoracic mobility before we actually start to work on the shoulders themselves. It doesn't matter how flexible your shoulders are, if your upper back isn't moving properly, it means you won't actually be able to get into positions you need to get into. So that's why we're going to start with the upper back. So we're going to go through an exercise called the Zenith rotation. What Jenny's going to do here is put her arms in the same position that she's trying to get into when she's doing that behind the back grab. So the way to do this is to rotate as far as you can first of all, and then take a deep breath out. As you breathe out, you try and go a little bit further. And then again, we do another breath out. And then again, we do another breath out. And then we'll change that up and do the other side. So arm up above. So keep with the externally rotated position first. Get as high up as you can. If your shoulders are quite limited, just wherever you can get to this comfortably and doesn't pinch or feel uncomfortable to. And then breathe out. 3 deep breaths out. And try and rotate yourself out. Try to imagine that you're rotating from your upper back here, okay? You're not just trying to twist your elbow around as far as you can get. Trying to think about your spine doing the work for you. The other variation is the underarm. So here we're making sure that the shoulder blade is flat and down, and you're not rolling around to the front here, okay? So you're looking to get your hand up your back as much as you can, again, comfortably, and not bend from the wrist as you rotate, okay? So keep this all about your upper back. So your arm isn't just moving, doing a wee chicken wing thing. You're moving through the upper back, breathing out 3 times again. Big deep breath out. Make sure your neck's nice and relaxed in this position always as well. So we're just focused on the upper back completely. And then same on the other side. This is the standard circuit for this. So do 3 breaths of each variation, because you want to do both sides anyway. If you're limited on one side more than the other, so if whenever your right hand is underneath and your left arm's up above, and you're really struggling to do that variation, but the other way you're totally fine, then you spend more time on those variations. So you notice here, you just do the Zenith here. So we're doing one arm at a time again. Jenny's going to do a few extra reps here with her right arm down low. So another 2-3 breaths out in this position, really trying to open that up a bit more. So sometimes it can be that you have a bit of a thoracic rotation issue, and that's what's actually causing the difference in your shoulders. It's not the shoulders themselves. So it's a very, very common thing to see with people. And if you start to work on that over time, you should find that improvement, that the hands start to come closer together. So after you've done that circuit, do a retest again, see how things feel. Even for Jenny right now, because she's done those few movements, she'll probably feel she's a wee bit more warmed up, able to grab a wee bit more comfortably. And that's what you're looking for whenever you're doing that circuit. Always retest the initial test after you've done the exercise to look for improvement. And hopefully you'll find that this is all you need to improve that. If not, then we can start to add in a little more direct shoulder work. If you've been working on your upper back and you're starting to get a little close, so if Jenny turns around, if your hands are just about a hand width, a wee bit more, about a hand and a half away from each other, you can then get yourself a towel, or if you're from where I'm from, a towel, then you can use that in this position here. So after a shower or whatever, this is quite a good one. So Jenny can use, if the bottom arm is the one that's playing up on her and not able to get up that point, she can use the top arm to help pull her arm a little bit further. If she turns to the side here for me a wee bit, just make sure that you're not feeling any pain in the front of the shoulder here. So make sure that your shoulder blade is flattened down and that you're actually able to pull that up into that position there. And then if your top arm is the one that you're looking to get a bit more of a stretch on, you can use the bottom arm to pull down to get that bit more of a stretch in the lat and the triceps as well. And you can just sort of go in between those Quite a nice one. It's like extreme back drying, and as well do it on both sides anyway, just to give yourself that little bit of extra stretch, and this will help to give you that little bit extra range so that hopefully you can start to get closer to getting the fingers to touch, or that you're actually able to get that interlocked position. So remember, upper back first. This is a nice supplementary exercise to add afterwards if you find that you're still getting stuck. Once your upper back is moving really well, then make sure that you add rotational exercises to your overall shoulder training. So two that we really love to recommend are the banded shoulder dislocate and the dumbbell shoulder rotation in our programs. Stability Builder and End Range Training, you'll see them pop up, and they are a great thing to have to keep your shoulders happy and healthy.